Nah, fight you fools! Destroy them! Oh, hi everybody. Yeah, you caught me playing with my toys. Displaying them like a grown-up. Well, anyway, I'm Joneser, and this is Motu Joneser, and today we've got a Mattel Creations exclusive Grizzlor. So let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's Joneser, your favorite comic book guy.
Let's do this.
That's right. So if you guys like Masters of the Universe or Masters of the Universe related content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We have plenty of great videos for Masters of the Universe related content and comic books and all kinds of goodies. So anyways, without further ado, Grizzlor, the legend comes alive! Now, my first impression of Grizzlor was from this mini comic. This is from the original Masters of the Universe toy line. And in this story, Buzz-Off's telling a tall tale at the campfire about the legend of Grizzlor. And little does Buzz-Off know that his little yarn has some truth to it. And I remember being pretty scared by this stuff, this was some frightening stuff for a little kid that I was. And when Grizzlor first comes onto the page, he does not disappoint. He pretty much just takes care of business. He's an unstoppable beast monster that no one could handle. Later in the She-Ra cartoon, they kind of did Grizzlor a little different, and he was more of a button pusher. He still had the same look, but they kind of made him more of like the man at the control booth. It was kind of dumb. In the DC Comics version, they had the idea kind of met in the middle where he was the warlord. So he was a battle strategist, but he was still a savage. So it kind of had both ideas, but to me, still not ideal. Now this brings us to our Mattel Creations Grizzlor, and here he is in the mailer box, and I have to admit this artwork looks really stunning. This isn't going to be the button pusher guy here. This is going to be the savage Grizzlor, the way I feel like he should be, the one from my childhood. And if you were getting Wolfman vibes from Grizzlor, there was a really good explanation for it. As you can see, the artwork was very heavily inspired off of some Wolfman stuff. Now we got them out of that mailer box, and here we are to the blister card, and I gotta say, I'm pretty excited. This guy is the Grizzlor of my childhood. Look at this dude. That is just awesome. And when we turn around to the back, you really can take in this artwork. We got the Fright Zone there with Modulok in the background. There's a little flying guy there. And there's Grizzlor, just in all his savage glory. It looks like he's jumping down on She-Ra. Great stuff. Well, there he is. There's Grizzlor out of the box, and he is looking great. This was kind of a controversial figure, as a lot of fans complained that he should have had a retail release instead of going to Mattel Creations, where, they have historically a kind of a bad rep for fans being able to get one, as these figures usually sell out in like less than a couple minutes sometimes. And I've seen that for myself on multiple of these figures. But I guess for me, I've been pretty lucky. Every one I've tried to get, I've got. So I don't want to jinx that going forward. But one thing that gives some fans some hope is Mattel made Grizzlor made to order. So fans had 2 days if they didn't get him when he went live, and he did sell out within a couple minutes. Then there were 2 days where you could order as many of them as you want. And so I hope that fans took advantage and got him if they wanted him, because I'm sure in the secondary market, the prices for this guy is going to be astronomical, as they always are. Anyways, as he comes out of the box, he's got the classic green crossbow that we all remember. And a axe, which is reminiscent of the one that came with Ram Man from the earlier Masters Universe Origins wave. And we also got this mini comic. And the artwork here on this thing is super awesome, very glossy. We're going to go through a couple pages here. Looks very cool. Looks like we've got Adora in the Fright Zone being chased by Grizzlor. And, looks like we got some Orko and some weird people here. And Grizzlor, being the savage he is, attacking. Looks like we got the Fright Zone monster eating the Orko person. And again, Grizzlor, chase, scramble, attack. Looks like we get to the end, and just like the original mini comic, Grizzlor is frightened by his own reflection and runs away. This whole thing turns out to be a test from Hordak to Adora. So very cool. So yeah, he's basically just like any other Origins figure, except for he's got the hair, but he has all the same articulation that you would expect from an Origins figure. And we will get a vintage Grizzlor out here in a second to compare. And here is our vintage Grizzlor right next to our Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Origins Grizzlor. And basically the biggest difference I see is the articulation, that the new Grizzlor comes with an axe, and the new Grizzlor, his hair sits a little different because of the articulation, because you can move his head, whereas this one you cannot, because you can move his torso, and this one you cannot. So the hair is going to be a little bit different. All hail Hordak and the mighty Horde. Ha ha. Now, these are my Origins Horde members that we have thus far, and I've been waiting a long time to be able to do this. To me, Hordak, Mantana, Grizzlor, and Leech are the core members of the Horde. Now, I never would have dreamed we would have got a Mosquito or some Horde troopers, but, here we are, and I'm not complaining. So for me, Origins has already kind of exceeded my expectations as far as figures that I thought we would get when Masters of the Universe Origins first came out in 2020, which seems like forever ago when it happened. And I was just hoping the line would go along long enough for us to even get to the Horde. And now it seems like we're going to get Snake Men and all kinds of other stuff, and a Snake Mountain. And, who knows? Maybe there's another playset we could hope to get. This would be the ultimate Masters of the Universe Origins, the Fright Zone, with all of the Horde members. Obviously I'm missing Dragster here because I don't have a vintage Dragster and I don't have a Multibot. We do have Modulok sitting in there, and I have to say he looks very nice. All these other figures are Masters of the Universe Origins figures, and this is a vintage Fright Zone playset, and I'd have to say that this is awesome. I would love to see a Fright Zone playset or even the Slime Pit in Masters of the Universe Origins. But, old Joneser, he might have a little fun displaying like a grown-up these toys. So, yeah, Joneser out.